Welcome to this published author's interview. My name is Kenneth Muyingo, and with me I have a special guest that I will be interviewing. First, I just want to mention, if you watch this interview, you would like to write a book yourself, to become an author. There's a link with this interview for you to join the group, become an author and write your first book, to connect with like-minded people who are doing the same. And with that said, I would like to get into the interview by asking my guest to say hello to our viewers and listeners and to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. My name is TK Makhura. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a life coach, author, and financial advisor. Thank you.
Wow. Quite a profile, TK. An author, motivational speaker, life coach, and financial advisor.
Yes.
Impressive. How do you balance it all out?
You know, there is time for everything.
I see.
There is time for everything. And if you can learn to prioritize important things in life, you will never go wrong. You will never go wrong. And then every day you need to put everything, you need to do everything step by step so that you can reach the goal or the target. Yes.
Very nice. That's very well said. Thank you for prioritizing this interview to make it happen as well. I really appreciate that. And
thank you.
You're welcome. You have mentioned quite a couple of things, a few things on your profile. The aspect of your profile that I want us to focus on this interview is the author aspect. You have published a book, and this is what I want us to talk about. So tell us about your book and the vision that you have for this book.
Okay, yeah, it's my book, Do Something, Be the Change You Want to See. One of the reasons why I wrote this book is because of we are living in a time whereby people, they are blaming their neighbor, they are blaming their parents, they are blaming everyone that their lives are stuck because of there is no change in their lives. So when I said be the change that you want to see, no one will take a decision for you. If you're not taking a decision for yourself, for your mistakes and everything, no one will be accountable for everything, for every loss in your life. So the reason why I wrote this book is that I want to challenge everyone to become or to be the change that they want to see. I want to challenge them that if they are not starting now, if they're not doing anything about their life now, they should expect nothing in return.
Wow. Do something, be the change that you want to see.
The subtitle is Be the Change That You Want to See.
That's a powerful title, TK. And I'm curious, if somebody's watching this interview and they would like to do something, but they're wondering, they say, I don't know where to start, or what should I do? What would you advise them, knowing what you know from Do Something?
Okay, you know, the only thing that you need in this industry is self-confident. You need to, you need to believe in yourself. You need to tell yourself that I can do it, and nothing is impossible. Because if you have confidence in yourself, then you will make it in this industry, and then everyone has the ability to do something great. So everyone is born with a purpose, and I believe that everything that is happening in your life, everyone has a story to tell. I believe in that everyone has a story to tell, whether it's a good story, it's a bad story, or anything. Everyone has a story to tell.
Wow, that's powerful.
And they have to believe in themselves.
Everybody has a story to tell, and they have to believe in themselves.
Yes.
Great message, TK. And I'm curious, what inspired you to write this book, Do Something?
Okay, my past inspired me to write this book because I grew up in a family that ate when neighbors had leftovers, and I was going to school without they were torn apart, and then a lot of things that happened. I'll go to school without food, and then everything happened. But then I believed in myself, because every day we were crying to our mother that, mom, why? What's happening in our life? Like I said in my book, that why me will never answer you. So
Yeah.
if you are not doing anything about your situation, then you will remain poor, you'll remain stuck. So one of the reasons why I wrote this book, Do Something, it is because of what happened in my life. Then I had to stand up for my family. I had to believe in myself, and I have to tell myself that I'm going forward and I'm gonna make it in life. I told myself that whatever that is happening right now, it is true, but it is not permanent. I'm going forward.
Wow. That's
Yeah, what is
powerful.
happening is
Okay.
true, but it's not permanent.
Wow, that's great. So you mentioned that your inspiration was from your own past, and that
Yeah.
whatever is happening to anyone is not permanent. That's really great. Thank you so much. And when you share your story about having to eat only when your neighbors had leftovers, and then sometimes going to school without food, and I'm curious, um, maybe there's a lot of other things that happened in your life.
Too much.
Yeah. How did you choose the topic for the book to be Do Something? So what
Okay.
I understand from the book is that it's a motivational self-help book, right?
Yes.
So how did you choose the topic for the book?
Okay, I was invited in a conference.
Yeah,
It was I think 2015 or 16.
yeah,
Yeah, I was invited to a conference because this book I wrote it 2017.
yeah,
So when I got there, there were a lot of young people who you can see they are talented, but they don't have that passion. They don't have that passion to make it in life. So one of the reasons why I wrote this book is because of after I've ascended the podium, then I've been given opportunity to to motivate young people.
yeah,
And along the way I mentioned this topic that, guys, if you're not doing anything about your life, then consider yourself in the next 10 years to come being stuck or being in the same level or being in the same stage. But then if you can do something about your life today, then there will be change in your life. Change start with doing something.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. So that's where the idea came from.
Yes, that I have to tell people that they must do something. Sometimes we must not blame our government that we need jobs, or the government and they are not providing us with jobs. We need to
Yeah,
do something about our lives. We need to start businesses. We need to invest in our life, in ourselves. We need to do something, because there's only way for us to make it in life is by doing something.
indeed. Wow, that's great advice. Thank you so much. And so if somebody is watching us and they're wondering, they say, yeah, I would like to do something, but I have all these things that I need. I need to have capital, I need to have networks, or what would you share with them is the best place for them to start to do something?
Okay. In my book, I've mentioned that sometimes you don't need money to be great. You need to make your name great. You need to make people to believe in you.
Yeah,
Once people can believe in you, that is the beginning of everything.
I see.
When I started this book, I had nothing. I had nothing. Like I mentioned that, in my family we were only eating when neighbors had leftovers. But
Yeah,
then I invested I spent a lot of time talking to people, telling them that they can do something. And then I was using a diary. When I was writing this book, I was using a diary. I had no money to buy a laptop, no expensive smartphone. I was only using a diary. But
yeah,
then, the Lord was with me. The Lord was
yeah.
with me, because God will make everything possible in your life if you start doing something about your life.
Wow. That's great advice. And now that you have published, do something, and you say that you were writing in your diary. How long did it take you to write, to finish the whole script for Do Something?
Okay, on my diary, it took me about 3 days to 4 days writing in my diary. In
Yeah.
2 days, my diary was full. Then I had to buy another diary to write again because I had fire in me. I wanted
Wow.
to tell the world that they can do something about their lives. I had passion.
3 days.
Only 3 days to 4 days. 3 days to
Wow.
4 days. I wrote this book. Then after the next week, I had to structure it very well so
Yeah.
that it can make sense.
Wow, that's amazing. And now that you have finished with publishing this book, TK, do you consider yourself as a naturally talented writer, or would you say that writing is a skill that you have developed over time?
No, it's natural. It's natural. I've never went to school for writing. Uh, Nobody taught me how to write. This is natural because I started 2009, to write, but then uh, I cannot say I was writing very well. But then 2017, that's where I began my journey of writing. So
Yeah.
nobody taught me how to write. Nobody has taught me about how to compile a book, content, to write content, introduction. I did everything for myself.
Yeah.
Everything for myself. It's natural. Even sometimes it does not take me to read a book to write a book
Yeah.
sometimes. So it just comes. There are revelations just coming to me when I'm writing books.
Amazing. And you mentioned that you had a very tough time growing up. Um only sometimes only having food after if your neighbors had leftovers. So if your neighbors didn't have leftovers, then you didn't get food, and that can be quite a tough experience. And then the journey that you are on as far as growing up and getting to where you are right now, I'm curious, what would you tell me is the one thing that has happened to you personally that has had the greatest impact on you writing books?
But then,
What would you tell me is the one thing that has happened to you personally that has had the greatest impact on you writing?
okay, number one, pain. I had pain inside of me. I was always crying. I had pain. Every day I always ask myself, why me? Why me? Why I'm not like other children?
Yeah,
Because other children are living a luxurious life. Some they are enjoying life, and I had pain inside of me. But
yeah,
someday I had to sit down and think about writing. Maybe it will be my medicine,
yeah,
because I said this way that uh, God will help you to turn your pain into a painkiller for someone. So I had to sit down and write a book. I had to sit down and write a book. And one of the things that inspired me to write a book, it is because of I saw a lot of young people giving up in life because
yeah,
of they are going through the same journey that I've went through.
yeah. Wow, that's amazing. And
Thank you.
now that you have finished to publish this book, Do Something, and it has been very well received. Are you currently working on any other books?
Yes, I do. I do. The another one is pain that changed my story,
Yeah,
because I'm trying to tell the world where I come from,
yeah,
because a lot of people they only see you successful. They think maybe you are favored by God, but they don't
yeah,
know where you come. So
indeed.
I'm writing a book called Pain That Changed My Story, where I'm emphasizing that I wanted to become, a pilot. I wanted to become a doctor, but because of this pain, I did not become a doctor. And then
Yeah,
also Born to Become a Champion. It's another book that I'm born to become a champion. No situation will define me. No situation will tell me how useless I am. As long as I believe in myself, I am born to become a champion. And another one is focus on your assignment. Because once you can focus on your assignment, nothing will distract you. No one will stop you, whether they talk, whether they don't talk. If you are focused on your assignment, if you believe in yourself, you will become great and you will make it in life.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
Wow. I have another bonus question here, TK. Looking at how the world has been disrupted by the global pandemic, many people had things like jobs or businesses that they were building, and they thought they have something to hold on to. But now, because of the looming crisis, the business has failed, the job maybe has been lost or is not secure, and some people have even lost loved ones.
Yeah.
From your experience, what can you share with someone who is in this place right now of not knowing what's happening, or this place of pain?
Okay. One thing that I believe is everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. If you
Yeah.
can read the Bible says that there is time for everything. There is time for us to be happy. There is time
Yeah.
for us to be sad. There is time for us to cry, and there is time for us to to enjoy in life.
Yeah.
So I think whatever that happened, even as I was affected by this pandemic, but then one thing that I told myself is everything happens with a reason,
Yeah.
and there is no situation that God will give you that you cannot manage. Everything that we are going through, the Lord will always make a way for us. And like I said previously, that God will turn your pain into a painkiller for someone. So whatever that is happening right now, we are gathering testimonies.
Yeah.
We are telling the world that we have once been like this,
Yeah.
but through the grace of God. Because I used to tell people when they ask me, how did you make it? I say it is by the grace of God. If it
Yeah.
was not by God, even today I'll have been stuck. So everything happened with a reason, and everything happened with a purpose. And I said this way, that pain will lead us into purpose. So without pain, there is no purpose. Pain reveals your purpose. When you are in pain, you are able to think about writing. When you are in pain, you are able to think about inventing business or doing something extraordinary out of ordinary situation. Yes.
Indeed. Wow. Very powerful. Thank you so much, TK.
Thank
This
you.
was very inspiring. If somebody's watching the interview and they would like to buy your book, Do Something, where can they buy the book?
Okay, this book, you can also find it on Amazon. It's there on Amazon. Tabo Kenneth Makhura on Amazon. And then also you can call me, you can WhatsApp me, so that I can send it on 0 +27 0 822 4193.
Very nice. We'll
And then
put
also on Facebook, it's TK Makhura.
Very nice. We will put the links with the interview so that people can connect with you. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. Is there anything else that you would like to share before we end the interview that I've not been able to address in the questions?
Okay, I want to motivate someone. Uh, 2 seconds, just 2 seconds. I want to motivate someone that they need to turn their pain into a painkiller for someone, and also I want to tell someone that they can turn. Everything is possible if they believe in themselves. Everything is possible. If they want to write books, they can start today, because tomorrow might become too late for them. So it depends on what they want in life. If they want to write, let them write. Let them start today. Money does not determine or does not define whether you're gonna make it in life. But then, if you can have idea, put it in writing, and then be determined, you will make it in life, because everything needs your determination. If you can direct your idea, God will help you. God will make a way for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, TK. This was amazing. I'm so glad that we made time for it. And I will sure be keeping in touch with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.